Hello, this is teacher Denise. We're going to study today present simple with affirmative, negative, and interrogative sentences. Let's start. Well, when do we use present simple? We use present simple for daily routines, means things I do every day, like I go to school, I go to the bathroom, I eat. Facts, like it rains. Long-lasting situations like I study high school, I study at the college, I work, because you do it every day. And we use adverbs like always, sometimes, every day, like I go to school every day. In present simple, we use three forms: affirmative, negative, and interrogative. Here you can see the affirmative form. We use person and then an action like I work, you work, he works, she works, it works, we work, you work, and they work. If you see there is a difference with he, she, and it, we're adding an s at the end of the verb. This is because we have to add the s with he, she, and it to all verbs. Then in negative, we're going to add a don't or a doesn't, like this: I don't work, you don't work, he doesn't work, she doesn't work, it doesn't work, we don't work, you don't work, they don't work. And we're going to study also interrogative form, like I'm going to write do or does at the beginning of the sentence. Do for singular and plurals, and does for he, she, and it. Like, do I work? Do you work? Does he work? Does she work? Does it work? Do we work? Do you work? Do they work? How do we write the sentences in affirmative? Okay, we're going to use a little formula. We're going to write first the person, the one doing the action, then we write the action and more information. Then we have an example: I work at the supermarket. Victor works at the store. Rosa and Pedro work at the mall. Here you can see there is a circle in works because we need to add an s to the verb we're using with he. And how do we know how to add this s? In simple present we always add s, but there are some verbs that have some changes, like we're going to see now. And in present simple with he, she, and it, we're going to add an s to the verb, like she works, he walks. But sometimes when the verb ends in o, ss, sh, or ch, we add es. Like you do, but with she is going to be she does. I cross, he crosses. We crash, it crashes. They catch, she catches. When the verb ends with a consonant followed by y, we change the y for ies. I study, she studies. When the verb ends with a vowel followed by y, we add s, like you play, he plays. And how do we form the negative? It is exactly the same, but we're going to add don't or doesn't. Then it's the person, don't or doesn't, action, and more information. I don't work at the supermarket. Victor doesn't work at the store. Rosa and Pedro don't work at the mall. If you see, the sentences are exactly the same than in the affirmative, but we're just add the don't for I and Rosa and Pedro, and doesn't for Victor, because Victor is a he. And then interrogative. We're going to add this do or doesn't at the beginning of the sentence. My sentence is exactly the same. If you see, I have my person, my action, and my information, but we put at the beginning the do and the doesn't. Then the sentences stays exactly the same, but with do. Then, do I work at the supermarket? Does Victor work at the store? Do Rosa and Pedro work at the mall? Then it is pretty simple. Then let's watch them together. Then my affirmative sentence has the person who is doing the action, in this case I, the action, the verb, work, and more information at the market. Then this sentence goes below and we add don't in the same order. It's the same order. The only thing we are adding is the don't, where after the person. Then it's the person, don't, the action, and more information. And if we take this same sentence, the affirmative sentence, below, we're going to see my question mark and do added. Do I work at the supermarket? The only thing we did is add do. That's the only thing we're changing. Then if you see, my affirmative sentence stay in the same way in the three forms, but we add in the negative don't after the person, and we add do in the interrogative before the person. That's the only difference. If you follow these little rules, you're going to do very, very good with affirmative, negative, and interrogative in simple present. Thank you very much.